Hello, I'm Dr. Joan Friedman, and welcome to Twin Tuesday. I'm very excited about beginning this series on Instagram because I really want to be able to be available to answer any kind of questions you have about parenting your twins or actually being a twin yourself. Growing up as a twin presents its own individual challenges and difficulties, and it's wonderful to be able to talk about them and discuss them with someone like myself who understands what the experience is inside and out. I am an identical twin, and I am the mom of 5, including paternal twins who are now adults. So I've written a bunch of books about twins, and I've sort of been in extensive therapy myself to understand my twinship and how it's impacted my life and my life decisions. And I am also a psychoanalyst by training. So that means that I often approach problems and issues understanding what happened in people's early life. So when I try to help parents understand some of the difficulties they're having, I like to be able to learn about how their parenting experiences were, how they grew up, what they felt was successful or was difficult. I also come from a specific perspective that the twin connection, while it's very important, is not the most salient point when we're talking about the importance of raising twins. I have been criticized in the past. People have said that I disregard the twin connection, that I disapprove of it, that I devalue it. Actually, none of that is true. I really do put the twin connection in a very precious place, but I don't make it bigger than what I feel is the parent-child connection. From my perspective, that's the more important connection. And I think people often don't realize or don't recognize how salient that is when we're trying to parent anyone, or singleton, twins, triplets. It is the most important part that the parent is the one who's parenting, not the other twin of the same age. It just doesn't have a positive outcome. So I hope that when we talk about the issues that come up with twins, which are often having to do with competition, with comparison, with fighting, with separation, with inequalities, that we can focus on not a one-size-all sort of explanation. There isn't a one-size-all. You have to really take each family and each twin by a case-by-case sort of evaluation and examination. Because while there are generalized ways of looking at something, every family's variables are different. People know that I'm a big proponent of alone time. And of course, during this pandemic, that's become a difficult thing to be able to exercise with any sort of routine expectancy. So now when I talk about alone time, I want to talk about it, in a much more subscribed way. However, I do feel still that it is very important because I focus so much of my work and my writing and my philosophy on the importance of individuality. And I really do believe that the more individualized each twin feels, the twinship becomes strengthened. It's not that the twinship becomes broken or fractured when you focus on individuality. Actually, it's quite the opposite. Because when you focus on individuality and give each twin a sense of their uniqueness, you've really strengthened each one of them to handle whatever might come up in the twinship that is problematic or difficult. And often I do like to talk about helping parents understand and overcoming if they feel preferences for one twin over another. I like to emphasize that it's impossible to love all your children in the same way. It's difficult because you have your own personality, and your own personality is going to be compatible or incompatible with some of the personality traits of your children. So, for example, if you're a very extroverted mom or dad and you happen to have a twin who's kind of on the shy side, you might have difficulty accepting that or understanding that. because he or she's not like you, or he or she is in a way acting in a way that you really have never sort of had to examine or deal with. But I always look upon those differences as a challenge and as a wonderful way as a parent to really hone in on the needs of each of your twins. So if you have a shy child, it's very important to sort of understand what circumstances make him uncomfortable, what make him does feel comfortable, and how you can really help him recognize that his personality or his way of being or his uniqueness is just as good as one who has a child who's more sociable and outgoing, because everybody is very, very different. Even identical twins have extraordinarily different personalities. And it's our job as parents to focus on those differences and make each of our children feel really comfortable with who they are. So I'll be looking forward to getting more questions from you and answering them more specifically. But today I just wanted to give you an overall view of what we can look forward to in the coming Twin Tuesdays that we're going to be sharing together. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next week.